I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs. Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs. Right? It's all in there at once. Hey guys, David from Sunday Sounds here. Today I am shooting this video by myself in my studio with my iPhone because, like you, I'm sure my whole family is self-isolating at home, so Jeremy's not here shooting video with me today. I'm shooting this myself. Today I've got a really great video for you. I'm going to teach you how you can use MainStage and Sunday keys to mix your live stream or your pre-recorded acoustic session from your home, or if you're shooting at church, if you're running a different band configuration, you can use MainStage and Sunday keys to mix all of the audio inputs, the key sounds from your computer, live acoustic guitar, electric guitar, drum mics, cajon, and vocals. We've created a new product called Live Mixer that I'm really excited about, that gives you all the functionality you need to be able to run your acoustic worship set and mix it from only your laptop. Then you can run the audio out straight to a cell phone if you want to live stream, or you can capture the audio from your computer and then sync it up with your video afterwards if you want to do a pre-recorded worship set. So let's get right into it. I'm going to walk you through how this works, how to set it up. All you need is an audio interface with enough inputs to accommodate the band that you need to mix. So if you wanted to run a three-piece band with maybe one mic, keys, and a guitar, then all you need is a 2-input audio interface. And you can actually combine interfaces as well to create an aggregate device. If you need to get more inputs, just depends on the interface you have and the type of band that you're trying to mix. But let's get right into this. Live Mixer is the name of the product. It's available right now. This is an idea we've been working on for a while. We sort of had in the back of our heads here at Sunday Sounds, but we felt like now was the time for us to push the development of this to the forefront, because so many churches are finding themselves struggling and figuring out how to adapt to doing worship in a way that churches have never had to do it before. And Live Mixer is designed to fill this need of simple, easy to use, and affordable ways to mix your live band or a band that you're pre-recording in a context that's completely outside of the norm. So you can run your key sounds, your guitar sounds, live vocals, and any mic'd instrument or line-in instrument through Sunday keys for MainStage, and you've got lots of flexibility in how that works. So let's start off by processing a vocal. So I've just got an SM58 style. This is an Audix microphone, the OM2. So I'm going to open up Live Mixer. Live Mixer is fully compatible with every aspect of Patch Builder, so you can still access all the layered sounds that you love. You can mix them with the instruments or vocal processing sections that you need. So I've got a blank patch here. Let's go to User Patches and scroll down to Live Mixer. And let's put a vocal mixer in section 4 of Sunday Keys. So now you can actually hear the vocal being processed by MainStage. And we've set everything up to be super low latency here. I'm going to bring this down so I'm not hearing myself twice. Everything that's processing the audio is designed to be super low latency, because latency is really important to avoid when you're working with a live band. So you want to make sure in MainStage preferences that your audio buffer size is set pretty low. I've got my buffer size set to 64, which is about 9 milliseconds of round trip latency, which is really low. That's a lower buffer size than I would normally have if I was just playing keys, but I want to make sure that I'm able to monitor myself without really feeling any of that delay. Depending on the strength of your computer, the specs of your computer, you might have to run a higher buffer size. That's something that you're going to have to figure out just based on what your computer is capable of. But you're going to want a pretty robust computer and a nice quality audio interface that's low latency as well. Okay, so now, because this is in Sunday Keys, we can use all the normal controls we would to manipulate and process this audio in real time. So you've got really essential foundational controls for processing a live vocal. So you've got a low cut to take all the boom out of a vocal. You got a de-esser to remove all that sibilance. So you've got extra S's here with it off, and that tames those S's down with it on. You've got a warmth control that thins out if you take that warmth off, which might be what you need for a background vocal, but for a lead vocal, that warmth is really nice. You've got a reverb mix and a reverb size control. So you can get a really big reverb, or you can bring that down, get more of a hall or a room sound, and you can control the mix as well. And as you get all the way up, it gets really ambient and roomy, which is nice for background or even gang vocals. So the left side of each mixer here in Sunday Keys in Live Mixer is designed to be sort of the foundational types of sound shaping and tone control modifiers. And then the right side is designed to be more of the effect and more fun stuff that you might just try out. So you've got a doubler on here, which splits the vocal out, time delays it a little bit, which is really interesting and fun. And then you've got a chorus effect here, which is really nice. You can throw in some reverb again and get a nice big reverb going there and some chorus. And then you've got a nice subtle stereo panning delay that you can hear here. So let me give you a little bit more context than me just talking. I'm going to do some singing. So let's use Patch Builder here. And we're going to add in a piano to section 1. Let's just do the worship piano. Here we go. And then let's add a pad to section 2. We'll just do the altar call pad. I'm going to grab all 3. New patch from selected patches. And now we're going to have the vocal mixer in section 4. And we've got the piano and pad in section 1 and 2. So now we can do something like this. Bring the volume down a little bit for myself here. Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me. So we're processing that vocal live. We can make adjustments to dial in advance or even on the fly. Bring this pad down so you can hear this a little bit more. Make that reverb nice and big. Bring the mix down a little bit. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. And then lastly, the second slider for the vocal mixer is this affected vocal. This actually adds a subtle auto-tune effect, sort of Post Malone, Bon Iver-ish, and then a bunch of ambience and space. So on its own, there's a little bit of latency. It's kind of behind because of that pitch correction it's doing. So I'll never know how much it costs. On its own, it's a little bit behind, but it gets really cool when you mix it in with the original signal. I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs. So obviously, there's a lot going on there. That's for like an over-processed vocal, right? But we wanted this product to be a nice mixture of pure function on that left side of each sound, and then stuff that you can do for fun, even if it's just you practicing at home, playing at home. You can add a little bit of texture or interest to what you're doing. And the really cool thing about this is these are channel strips. So if you're inside of MainStage and you need more fine-tuned control, then you can open up the channel EQ and you can EQ a vocal more specifically for a particular vocalist or for a particular instrument. So this is an amazing way to just be able to plug in and play, and then you can take it in as many directions as you need to. You could make adjustments to the de-esser, to the compressor, even to the reverb, because you have all of this control available behind the scenes. But we've created all of these starting points for you to be able to really, really quickly jump in and start processing your live audio. So if you needed to do maybe 2 vocalists instead of just 1, then it's as simple as just adding another patch, going down to Live Mixer again, and grabbing another vocal mixer patch from section 3. Combine all of these together. And then we're going to have piano pad and 2 vocals. Now, by default, these vocals are both going to be listening to the same input, but all you have to do to change that up is just select the patch or the channel strip that you need to change and grab a different input. So if you had your second mic in input 2, then you would just change that to input 2. And there's 2 channel strips for each of these vocal processing channel strips. So you'd want to change those both. So if we wanted this guy to be there for the second one, we would do that in that way. So it's a really cool way to be able to mix multiple instruments together. Tonic is still fully functional, which is really cool as well. Okay, so now let me talk you through the acoustic guitar mixer patch. So I've loaded this in. I'm going to change the input here on the channel strip to input 2 because that's where I have my guitar plugged in. So now we can hear that. So a great starting point for most any acoustic guitar instrument. Now it's really important that you gain stage correctly on your audio interface, whether you're bringing in a vocal or you're bringing in an instrument like an acoustic or electric guitar. So make sure your gain on your interface is set appropriately so that it's not clipping, but it's also not too weak. And then once we've got this patch loaded in, then we can do all sorts of great stuff to this as well. So we've got some similar effects to what was on the vocal mixer. We can cut the lows, we can thin it out, we can add in a little bit of extra presence in the mids. We've got reverb available that can be nice and big if we want it. And then we've got some more fun effects on the right side, just like in the vocal mixer patch. So we've got a little slap back. Got a nice subtle chorus that's really great for acoustic guitar. And then we've got a delay. And you can 2-finger click and drag or swipe up and down to change the subdivision of the delay here in this parameter text box. You can tap the tempo. So really nice effect for acoustic as well. And then we've got a presence control last. So if things are too bright, in those upper mids or low highs, like just that range, then you can tame that with this presence fader if you need to. So again, if you just want to run acoustic and a vocal, then all we're going to do is just grab this patch and the vocal mixer patch, bring them together. And now we've got the vocal mixer taking input 1, and we've got the acoustic guitar mixer on input 2. So now we have both.
Here I am to say that you're my God. You're altogether lovely, altogether worthy, altogether wonderful to me.
And I've got Tonic available here, so I could grab a drone preset I wanted. Let's do the organ here. Bring it to A. Bring the volume down a little bit.
Here I am to worship. Here I am to bow down. Here I am to say that you're my God.
Super nice. And then we can also even bring in this affected vocal a little bit if we want.
I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs.
So we've got all of that without having to buy any mixers or tear apart our sound system at church, anything like that. It's just all inside of MainStage. And then if we wanted to, if we had a keyboard player we wanted to hang as well, we could just add that in. So then we've got piano available, and I don't have 4 hands. Right? It's all in there at once if you need it, so you can mix multiple instruments together. So that's the acoustic guitar mixer patch and how that integrates with the vocal mixer, which is really, really cool. Okay, so now let's talk about the electric guitar mixer. So we're going direct into my audio interface, which is a Focusrite Scarlett. So we've got a lot of the same types of controls that we have with the acoustic guitar, but we've got amp modeling now on. We've got some compression available. You can bring in some drive, like a light. Remember, this is designed for an acoustic context primarily, so there's nothing super crazy here. You got a nice light chorus. You got shimmer available. And then you've also got a really nice sort of Americana sort of tremolo available. And you can wash out the guitar completely if you bring that verb mix all the way up, so you can do really ambient stuff. If you wanted to do like swells, you could definitely do so. Take that compressor off so it's a little smoother. So that's really cool. And then again, we can combine this with any other combination of the Live Mixer patches and Sunday Keys patches and any other patches from Sunday Sound. So I'm going to combine it here with this 2 vocal mixer patch. And we're getting into some of the auxiliary patches that are a part of this template, and I'll explain those to you in a second. So this is the 2 mixer patch. And here you've got actually 2 inputs. And they're identical in what they can do. So the left side and the right side are 2 separate channel strips processing. So I've got this one set up to input 1, and then the second one I've set to input 3. So if I had another mic, another vocalist I needed, I could throw that on there and actually mix those 2 vocalists inside of the one section. They share a reverb mix, but all the other controls are completely independent, so you've got total control over how that works. And then I've got my electric guitar here as well, so I can sing, play guitar, do whatever I need to do.
I'll never know how much it costs to see my sin upon that cross. I'll never know how much it costs.
So I've got my electric guitar, I've got 2 vocalists here. If I wanted to add another acoustic guitar, I could throw that in section 2. I could throw a piano or a pad in section 1. I could run Tonic. I can set all of this up to do exactly what I need it to do. So let me walk you through some of the other patches that are a part of this template. Put my guitar down here, and we're just going to dig into everything that's here because this template comes with a total of 8 different configurations for live mixing. So let's just walk through the entire folder for section 1. So first off, you've got your acoustic guitar mixer. Next, you have an electric guitar mixer. You have a general input mixer, so you can run a drum microphone, a room microphone, a hardware keyboard, a synthesizer, any sort of instrument that you want to process, you can run through here. And you've got some staple meat and potatoes sort of sound shaping tools available within this general in patch. So it's sort of multi-purpose. Whatever you need to mix, you can use this one. And then you have 2 of those general ins in the same section. So if you combined 4 of these, you could actually input and mix 8 different channels of audio, all within Sunday Keys. Next, you have 2 vocals in the same section in the 2 vocals mixer. And then we've got a couple combinations here. This is a vocal on the left side and an acoustic guitar mixer on the right. In the same way, this is a vocal mixer on the left and an electric guitar mixer on the right. And then lastly, we have the vocal mixer, which I talked you through earlier on in the video. So this is Live Mixer for Sunday Keys for MainStage. It's available right now. You can use the audio gear that you already have to mix your acoustic band, whether it's for a live stream or a pre-recorded worship service, using only your laptop and your audio interface running Sunday Keys. Now you might have a couple of questions like, how can I get the audio out from my computer to my phone or to my DSLR camera? There's a few options for that. So if you're running a live stream, just run an aux cable out of the headphone jack or your audio interface headphone jack into your phone. You can adjust the volume, within MainStage, within Sunday Keys, so that it's not clipping. It's going to feed right into your phone. It's going to sound great. If you're pre-recording, you can use MainStage's built-in record function right here. Just hit record before you start playing. It's going to record the output 1 and 2 of everything that you do, and it's going to save it most likely to your downloads folder, but you can actually designate where it gets saved right here in MainStage Audio Preferences. And then afterwards, just go and grab that file. You can load it into Final Cut or whatever else you're using to sync your audio up to your video. This is going to be the same process for YouTube Live, Instagram, Facebook Live. Just get that audio out from the headphone jack on your interface or on your computer itself, and then plug it into your phone, into your video camera, whatever you're using for your stream or to pre-record. If you have questions about how this works, let us know. You can reach out to us via our website. There's more information on the product page. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, then you can leave a comment and we will get back to you in the comments. We wanted to design Live Mixer to address the most common needs of worship teams around the world that are trying to figure out how to navigate the current setting and still lead worship with excellence, with creativity, and with as little friction as possible. So we're really excited about this resource. We think it's going to be helpful to you and your church, especially since there's a big shortage of mixers and audio interfaces, all of that available for purchase online right now because so many folks did not have the gear that they needed. So you can use your computer with Sunday Keys for MainStage to mix your live stream or your pre-recorded worship band audio. So I hope that you'll check out Live Mixer. Thanks for watching this video. We are thinking of you and praying for you. We appreciate you supporting Sunday Sounds during this time and always. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.